welcome to Talking Travel with Wendy. Today's guest is Bob the Brewmaster of Straight to Ale. So happy to have you here, Bob.
Good to be here.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about beer today and microbrewing and Straight to Ale. And you guys got started in 2009.
Yep.
And where did you begin? Where was your first location?
First location was Lincoln Mill in Huntsville still. Well, very first location was Dan's, our owner's, brew shed out back, where his wife banished all brewing to. And that's where a lot of the original recipes were formed, or a lot of the names were formed, stuff like that. Them just having a good time, gathering together on Saturdays.
And coming up with different random names.
Yep. And then the law got passed that they could do breweries, Free the Hops, an organization here in town. Got that going. Basically, the day that they found out they could do it, they went and signed the paperwork.
Okay.
And came
so
up.
What year was that?
That was 2008. But 2009 is when the location was set, and they started actually physically, legally brewing at that time.
Awesome. And so Lincoln Mill, how long were you there?
About 2 years. Real small operation. Wanted to put their whole operation there, but some stuff just didn't work out with building and stuff like that.
All right, so then...
Then they moved into Lehman Ferry, where
Yes.
Old Town Brewing was,
Yep.
And bought a lot of their old equipment and stuff like that. Kind of a guy trying to get out of it, helping guys that wanted to get into it.
Yeah.
So that's when they went from a very small 3-barrel brew house to a very large, like 25 barrels.
Well, and you guys are kind of the leaders of the microbrewery of Huntsville, so way to go. Well done.
Yeah, thank
well
you.
done,
thank
Bob.
you. Yeah, 10 measly years and we've done it.
So how many different flavors do you have right now?
We have a portfolio of easily over 100.
Oh, wow.
But we do 4 core beers and then about 8 different seasonals throughout the year. And we have a pilot system where we just let a few of our different brewers just go wild and keep the tap room going crazy.
Going crazy.
And then if something catches on, that's how it kind of becomes a seasonal and gets on a bigger scale.
Yeah, I understand that's how Ben & Jerry's did their ice cream as well.
I could see that. I could see that.
We're going to try this with samplers and
Right,
see how it
right.
goes.
And so a lot of our portfolio this year is George, our brewer that we hired about 2 years ago, has been brewing longer than I've been alive. A lot of his stuff that he brought in, and people just really liked it in the tap room. Well, if you like it, now you can get it in cans and stuff like that.
Now, do you get a bunch of the ingredients here in Alabama or regionally? Or?
Yeah, it's more North America, Canada.
Okay.
We source it all out of Country Malt Group is most of that stuff. But all the hops and stuff like that we get some German hops. And
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Awesome.
All sourced out of the U.S. Really, the only local ingredient we do is we have some cask conditioning ales.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll ask, like, the Coffee Clutch, which is a big coffee roaster
sure.
here in town. Been here for 20
It's
plus
German.
years.
That's
right,
a coffee
right.
clutch.
We'll get some coffee from them and infuse a beer, or we do twice a year we do a Stay Local campaign where we invite a musician and an artist and a company to come in and brew a beer with us, and then we release it, have a big party, and
Fun.
show off their work as well as show off our work. So that's
Fun.
kind of how we bring in the local scene.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we were talking about, we had just come back from Germany and we were in Belgium, and the brother Joseph is kind of mimicked after the Belgian beer.
Right,
and
definitely.
That's a big favorite of my husband, so yeah.
It's our second biggest seller.
Yeah, cool. And you sell those at retail as well?
We do.
Okay.
We do 6 packs of that as well as draft all over Alabama.
Awesome. So half of the fun of coming to Straight to Ale is your space here that you have. It's so much fun. It's a great Friday, Saturday night and event space. You have a bunch of events coming up. But today he took me on a tour around the space, and not only did we see the production, but also the speakeasy. And so tell me about the speakeasy. You said that's the oldest space?
It's just not the oldest space, but it's one of the original spaces when we moved in here. We wanted something unique like that, something hard to find, and we knew we were going to do liquor and spirits, and so we wanted to kind of seclude those and not make them just openly available. So it's kind of something you had to find, and then once you got in there, we had specialty cocktails, more intimate setting, 21 and up.
And you said that's open 4 p.m.
4 p.m. every day. Yeah.
Monday through Saturday?
Monday through Saturday.
Awesome.
And then
Behind the lockers.
Right. We open it at 2 on Saturdays because we do a tour as well. We do a free tour on Saturdays.
Well, and in case you didn't know, they also have a really fun game room, and it has a lot of those pinball machines that we saw in the 80s that were super popular. So check out the video for that. But
Yep. Ronnie Ray Guns.
Ronnie Ray
Yeah.
Guns.
Not sure about the name.
Yeah.
But it works.
But Straight to Ale has a full menu as well.
We do.
Yep.
When we came into here, we got Ale's Kitchen as well. So they make kind of like a more upscale pub food, which was actually at Lehman Ferry's location, a food truck. We had to bring in food trucks. We didn't have a kitchen there. To keep it legal over there, we brought in food trucks to keep people fed as well as
That's brilliant.
liquefied. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a win-win.
All right,
you
so
know?
No Breaks Bistro was that, and so when we built this place, we had that chef in mind already.
Oh, awesome.
So we got him to retire
Well, it's
from
also
his
the
real
customer
job.
base. They're like, wait a
Right,
minute, we're
right.
having Straight to Ale. We
Right.
need to have this cuisine.
His hamburgini, which is
Yeah.
a burger with a fried egg and pork and everything you can imagine on it, which you can eat half of it and be satisfied.
Yeah, yeah.
People were begging for it, so it's here now.
Yeah, so good to know. What was the name of it?
The hamburgini.
Hamburgini. So that's a good splitting
Right.
one.
Yeah. No side needed.
Yeah. But Straight to Ale also has a new space for wine lovers out there. Yeah, you know who I'm talking to. All of my friends who love wine. So tell me about the wine.
So we're in it right now. It's
Yeah.
the High Falls Tasting Room. That's the brand of our wine. And we have a rosé, a Chardonnay, and a red blend that Dan, our owner, went up to the vineyard up north, kind of came up with the blends, and they bring it down here, and we modify it, and then we serve it.
That must have been a fun trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was jealous. I couldn't make that one. But he took the wife up there, and so they kind of had a good experience up
So
there.
here's the Chardonnay. It's very pretty, nice and tasty, crispy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dangerous on the shifty side, but that's all right.
It would pair very well with a lot of things.
Right.
So, do you have flights for people?
We do have
to try?
flights.
Yeah.
You can do a beer flight. You can do a wine flight in here. You can also do a whiskey flight. Whiskey's aged on different oaks, as well as a liquor flight.
Yeah.
Very small samples on those, but
Okay.
yeah, you can definitely taste.
So the wine tasting room also has space outside as
Right.
well, like
Yep.
the porch.
Yeah, the beer
area.
garden's out there,
Yep.
and there's a full bar out there when it's in the warmer months where you can get some more German-themed beers, more traditional beers out there, as
Okay.
well as we'll put live music out there and stuff like that, so everybody in this area can kind of enjoy it.
Cool. Can you book private events here?
You can. We have about 5 different spaces that you can book at all different sizes, all different
Okay.
types of bars. You can even rent out the speakeasy for a bigger private event. We have a big thing secluded up top called the art room. You can rent this out for, I've seen bridal showers and stuff like that, bridal parties in here.
Yeah, you said the speakeasy also has different kind of music too.
Right, yeah. Live music, a lot of, everywhere has the setup. And then we can also rent out the brewery gym. If you have a big thing, we do concerts out there every now and then. So, yeah.
So one of the cool things of the design is that in a couple of the bars, they have used the gym floor
Yep.
that was here as the bar design. So you'll have to check it out because it says Gators on the top of the bar top.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
bar top.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's really kind of a new, cool
Yeah,
decor.
all our tables in the 3 main bars were
Yeah.
made from the gym floor. We had a lot of it when we were making this place. And we
Yeah, but
still-
that's brilliant.
we still have more.
Like we said, repurposing.
Right.
Way to
Center
go.
court's still in the warehouse that we
Yeah.
don't know what we're going to do with it.
Yeah, you know what? Another space.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another location.
Tell me about some events that you have coming up.
So St. Patrick's Day, of course, is big in the beer market. We sponsor the parade here in Huntsville and kind of do the official after party here, live music all day, some dancers, stuff like that. And then we do a special menu with some bangers and mash, stuff like that. And then we always have Rocket City Red, our red ale, and a dry ice stout.
Okay.
We always have those 2 on. And now
So those are seasonal blends?
those are seasonal
Okay.
seasonal blends that we do for St. Patty's Day this time of
Fun.
year. And then now that we have the distillery,
Yeah.
we can do the Irish car Brahms.
Did they let you make Spring Park Green, the water?
We have not dyed any green beer yet, but we might venture into that soon.
Yeah. That was, I went to college in Rhode Island in New England, and when we went to Boston, that was like just a big
Right.
thing.
I knew
It's a
that. And
big
Chicago
thing.
does it. Savannah does it.
Yeah.
I wish we could, but that's
Yeah.
on the city.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we can talk to Tommy Battle.
They do dye a horse green. There's somebody that rides a horse in the parade that's always
Oh,
painted
really?
green. Yeah, and it usually makes its way over here before the end of the day.
I hope it's environmental friendly dye.
I think so. She's very protective of her horse around the people who've had one too many.
So, your production and distribution, you ship all over America?
We don't. We're in 3 main states.
Okay.
We're in Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mississippi. We were in Georgia. We were in the Carolinas. We were a little bit in Florida, and we kind of pulled back to really focus on Alabama and surrounding states. Keep it there, and we'll venture out again sooner or later.
Yeah. No, go slow.
Right.
Slow and steady. 10 years really isn't that long.
I know. And we got all of Alabama easily now, and we're making a big push in Chattanooga. They seem to really like us up there. So.
Awesome. Excellent. Okay, so how can people find you on the web?
StraightToAle.com
Okay.
is easy. Straight to Ale on Instagram. We're on every social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it. Yeah.
Oh, I know. There was something I was going to ask you. Do you need reservations for Friday, Saturday night? Do you take reservations?
We don't officially take reservations. Anything over 14 people, we ask that you see a bartender, and they will arrange your table. That way you don't mess with other guests.
So if you're coming and you're with government contractors,
right,
you want to give them a heads up.
Yep. and this room is perfect for larger parties because you're kind of away from everybody.
Right.
The speakeasy too, you can kind of pull tables up together in there, the patio, stuff like that. The main tap room there's so much hustle and bustle in there, it's hard to do big parties in there.
Sure. And there's probably constant flow of walk-in.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you can get good beer in any bar.
There you go.
Here, so we got 40 beers on tap at all
And you
times.
have the outside patio.
We do.
That is wonderful in the summertime as well because it's screened in.
And then we roll those up when it's finally hot enough.
Super hot.
Yeah.
Alabama hot.
Yeah. We got heaters out there for the winter, but it's sometimes a little chilly.
So tell me about ATS. What is that?
So Anti-Temperance Society, or
Ooh.
STA backwards.
That sounds like rebel.
Yeah. Because we got skeletons and devils, and but it's a kind of like a VIP club for us. You pay in, and then you get your money back immediately almost, because you get discounts on merch, you get discounts on food, stuff we can discount, we discount for you. You get a newsletter that kind of keeps you more up to date than the general public.
Okay. Do they have private events then?
We do have private events. We do private tastings every 2 months.
Okay.
We do every 3 months. I'm sorry. We do 6 a year. 5 beers that aren't really seen a lot, or you're the first to taste it, and then we pair it with 5 different courses out of the kitchen.
Okay.
So that's included only to that, and you can bring a guest.
So if you're really into beer culture, absolutely. That's just an easy button.
Yep, and then you get your bigger mug that you can request from any bartender here, and they'll go get it for you and fill it up for you.
Super cool.
Yeah, and then you get early releases to any of our canned releases. We let you know about that first, and you get early access to it, and then also early draft access to it.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that because it kind of has like, along with the speakeasy, it has like that 1930s prohibition.
Right.
Sneakiness.
Yeah. I remember ever since I couldn't pass it out.
It's fun. Very cool. So thank you so much, Bob, for joining me today on
no
Talking
problem.
Travel with Wendy, and look forward to another episode, and maybe I'll see you here at Straight to Ale.
Come and see us.